Right. So this is like the final session uh, regarding planets. We have gone through like representations of majority of planets from Sun to Saturn, then Rahu Ketu. So we covered all the planets which are normally covered in Vedic astrology. Then there are these three planets, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, which are not much considered in like Vedic astrology because of different reasons. Every astrologer has a different reason behind that, and that why they don't consider it and all. But I think they can be considered. Okay, they can be considered within a limited scope. Okay, so this session will be all about like Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Okay, so how to interpret them? So if you have seen like a Gunas related session, I will link the description. I will give the link in the description section about that session, Gunas, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Okay. To understand, like Uranus is like this Rasic energy, the creative energy. Okay. Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, we can understand them as Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, Lord Mahesh, Trinity of the gods. Okay, that is where they get connected with the gunas also. Rajas is like Lord Brahma energy, creative energy. Sattva is like Lord Vishnu energy, the sustaining energy, and this Tamas is like Lord Shiva energy, destructive energy. So Uranus is like Brahma, Rajas, creative. Neptune is like Sattva, Vishnu, sustaining, and Pluto is like Tamas, Shiva, and like destructive. Okay, what does it mean? Wherever like Uranus is placed in your chart, you need to be very creative. You need to find your own uniqueness, your own creativity. You need to be very unique and creative in that area of life wherever Uranus is placed in your chart. That is Brahma energy, Rajas energy. Wherever Neptune is placed, we need to be very receptive. We need to be very balanced. Balance means receptive about both the positives and the negatives. Okay, it is very easy to be like receptive towards the positive side of life, but wherever Neptune falls into chart, we need to be receptive and like balanced about the negative side of life also. Like if I give you the worst possible example, suppose someone has Neptune in the fifth house. Okay, I'm not saying that these type of events will happen with everyone in Neptune in the fifth house. I'm just giving the worst possible example. Okay, so if someone has Neptune in the fifth house, if the fifth house is childbirth, so if they go through they have a childbirth, they should be receptive towards that also. Plus, if they have Neptune in the fifth house and something wrong happens to the child, they should be receptive towards that also. Okay, this is like receptivity from both the sides. So, Neptune is like Vishnu energy, which is balancing force, which is like sustaining force, Sattva. And wherever Pluto falls, we go through many transformations, we go through many changes in life. Okay, uh, because it is Shiva energy, it is destructive Tamas energy, so there is lots of destruction and recreation in that area of life. You destroy something, or you go through the destruction and then you recreate it. Like I have Pluto in the like 11th house. 11th house is income and source of income. So, like I changed my professions many a times. I changed my career many a times, and finally I landed here. Okay, so this is what yeah, it is like someone is going through many destructive events so that he can like find himself. He can find his his path and all. Okay, so if you are following the right path, then this destruction may never happen. But if you are not following the right path, Pluto will bring the destruction or indicate the destruction, so that you can find your path through that destructive phase. Okay, so this is one way of considering them. Then, they are known as outer planets because they are like furthest away from the sun. Okay, they are known as the outer planets. So when Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are linked with someone's moon or Mercury, intelligence related planets, person can have intelligence up to that level where other people are unable to understand. It is difficult to comprehend this person's ideas. Okay, that is like what happens with like this outer planet. If they are conjunct, or if they are impacting moon and Mercury, mind and intellect related planets, then high intellect, such high intellect that other people are unable to understand. Okay, so that is good, positive also. It is negative also, that you become a kind of outcast person. Okay, and positive is that you become kind of like highly intellect. Okay, someone like Einstein. Okay, so that is the thing with outer planets. uh, then they are also generational planets because their transits are like 7 years, 14 years, 21 years. Okay, it is like a whole generation takes birth during like 7 years time period or 14 years time period and all. So if whenever you see partners, relationship partners have like generational age gap, the guy is in 40s, the girl is in 20s, or vice versa, guy is in like 20s and like a lady is in 50s. This type of like generational gap happens due to this Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto because they are generational planets. So if they are impacting your seventh house, seventh lord, Venus, Dara Karaka, Jupiter, relationship oriented planets, then there is a possibility that person will go through these type of events. Okay, these type of events like generational gaps in the ages and all that. Okay, it is also shows that someone is so highly intelligent that people of his generations are unable to understand, like what were discussing. So it is like all the people, we say that they were very visionary kind of. Okay, they could see 10 years down the line or 20 years down the line and all. That is like impact of Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Okay, so people who are way ahead of their time, or many a times we see about movies and books. We see a movie, we say that it is this movie is released before its time. Okay, if this movie had been released 25 years after, then it would have been super hit. Okay, so that is the kind of impact Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Someone who is a visionary, someone who can see like what is going to happen 50 years down the line, and he starts working for that. Okay, that is also an impact of these generational planets, or Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. This is also the reason why they are not considered in like normally in predictions, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, because they're 7 years transit or 14 years transit, 21 years transit. Now, if I am going to an astrologer, I will not ask if 14 years down the line I will get a job. Okay. Main concerns for the people is that okay, if I will get the job in near future, if I have a change of job in near future, or if I can get into relationship, or even if health issue is there, when will I recover from health issues? As soon as possible and all. No one is going to like ask an astrologer that whether there will be a relationship 10 years down the line. Okay, after 10 years, whether I will be in relationship, there is no such question like this. This is also why Uranus, Neptune, Pluto is not considered in like predictions of like very prominent events of life. Okay. Also, a whole generation takes birth. Okay, a whole generation takes birth in like 10 years time down 10 years or 14 years time period and all. So we cannot say one event is applicable to everyone who has taken birth during those 10 years or 15 years time period. So this is where like this this is why like these generational planets, these like outer planets are not considered in like prominent events of our life. Okay. Generation. And then they are also called invisible planets because we cannot see them from naked eye and all that. So they cannot, as they are named as invisible planets, they can still be utilized for invisible events. Okay, what are invisible events? Okay, suppose like someone is habitual of drinking and smoking and non-veg food and all. I'm not saying that anything wrong in that. It is just that bad for health. Okay. So someone is like habitual of these things, and something happens in the family, like, let's say like father dies. Okay, now father passes away. This whole responsibility of family is on this guy or this girl who was like involved into these activities. Suddenly he or she realizes, I cannot live this kind of life anymore. Okay, I have to be more responsible towards myself, towards my family and all. So that father's death is a visible event. That body is lying there. Okay, it is very visible event. But what change inside the person through that event is invisible event. Okay, so all the realizations kind of things we can see from Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and their transits. Okay, whenever like an important transit is happening, like important transit means if Uranus, Neptune, Pluto are passing through your ascendant or over your moon or over your sun, there can be an important events related with like that area, that house or planet related things, but that will bring a change internally that you may not see it outward. Okay, so in that example, what happened, okay, outside is father's death, you can see that event very clearly, but what happened inside the person you cannot see it. Okay, so that is where like invisible planets, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto can be helpful in invisible events. Okay, but if they are very close to the in the transit to the your birth chart planets and all, they can impact like visible events also. Like if Uranus comes very close to moon, which represents mother. Okay, in the transit is like suppose if I have moon at 25 degrees Aries, and like Uranus comes within 5 degrees of moon. Okay, then it can bring some new circumstances to my mother. Okay, because it is like very close, and Uranus is new things. Okay, creativity, some new unique circumstances which she might not have dealt before, I might not have dealt in reference to her before. Okay, so these type of events, if Pluto is coming very close to like sun, okay, during its transit, There can be destruction related with the father or career and all. That is a possibility. Okay. Again, like within 5 degrees, but even that 5 degrees can be like with Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, it can take whole of year also. Okay. Then Uranus rules over Aquarius. Okay, and Neptune rules over Pisces, and Pluto rules over Scorpio. They are activated in the dasha of their lords. Suppose if Uranus is sitting in Sagittarius sign, its lord is Jupiter. Jupiter dasha will keep Uranus activated. Okay. Suppose if Neptune is in like Scorpio and Jeshta. Scorpio lords are Mars and Ketu. Jeshta lord is Mercury. Mars Ketu Dasha, Mercury Dasha will keep this Neptune activated. Suppose Pluto is in like Chitra Nakshatra, Libra sign, Venus Dasha or Mars Dasha, Chitra Lord Mars will keep this Pluto active. Okay. So this is another way. Plus they represent the things which their sign represents. Like Uranus represents Aquarius. Uranus rules over Aquarius, so Aquarius representations are also Uranus representation, serving humanity, entrepreneurship, new inventions, innovations, and all. Neptune rules over Pisces. Pisces Lord is so Pisces, whatever Pisces represents, spirituality, devotion, service, and all, that is also represented by Neptune. Okay, imagination, dream world, and all, that is again Neptune. Scorpio ruled by Pluto. So whatever Scorpio represents are also representation of Pluto. The occult side or hidden side, the underground and all, is also Pluto. Okay, so this is what happens with the Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Okay. They, as I said, they don't have their own dasha system. I don't think there is an exaltation or debilitation, but largely, like I'm not much into like Western astrology, so any Western astrology related channel can help you more with that, if they have aspects or not, if they have like exaltation, debilitation or not, if they have enemy or like friendly signs and all. I'm not even like aware of it, so I cannot help you with this. Just that these are the basic things I can share with you with about Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Okay. So this is it. Now, from next session, I will be posting videos on Saturn's transit in Pisces, and there will be an introductory video on Saturn in Pisces in general, and then we will also talk about Saturn in Pisces as per the ascendant. Okay, for every ascendant. So we will see there. Okay, I hope it is helpful. Thank you.